Chapter 23 Surveillance. Mighty warriors joined Jonathan, now called Oltec, and his wife, Jai, handpicked from both of 13th mission. Exel, Aspister, and the young woman when Inik discovered heading is a man into camp, volunteered. Young saw herself as a worthy and trusted warrior, was a gift was told petty. Amarded was an interpreter, she could speak in a language, spoken or written, computer or humanoid. Fasa called only himself 100 times his size, and Joban was the opposite, however it his size to 100 times smaller. Only while the Imogen had a visible have 100 times his strength, which it did, but Joban, at his height, had the same powers facility of his smaller size, whereas Fennec named him Harmega. Fender was a meadow, he was a weapon expert before joining when in Ikdo. His gift was the ability to emulate any weapon effect about, with or large or small. Masked men notably were men of great strength, and lastly, Dahlia, Asset Sheffer, could transform into any person that she touched herself. They also had a few warriors with them headed to Fane family. Members by their side. Alfred and Justine prepared all night for their long evening half a journey to Karma. That morning, they all headed southeast toward Faban in town of Las Lonas, New Mexico, avoiding all microtowns, as instructed by Winnie Nicto. They all were equipped with fair weapons, communication devices, tablet, and what is known as ultra-bindless survival kit. Supplicalidized survival kit consisted of 4 modified cubes for better clocking and, with increased dimensions, a transparent and fat cub considerably hit from radar, which was redesigned with Ab's help, and a first aid kit. They arrived at outskirts of the abandoned town of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Fassa and Zubin shared a cub because Freed liking 8 cubes to differ, and no one got any sleep, because Fassa and Zubin snored the internet. Alfred Yukle called him, the Grizzlies, of Medinet Altenwar. Medinet Altenwar was Arabic, and Emifet Emaret came up with to call no home, which meant, city of enlightenment. Alfred and G shared a cube and like 3 cubes, on for the Grizzlies of Medinet Altenwar, an offer for the rest of the men, an offer for the woman, and then for themselves. But they all gathered for the ended to differ. After a long day, Alfred sat at the center of the room, working in his tablet and his cube. He sent the screen to the wall. It was some and what makes somewhat to the movies. His films dated back to and she sinint matu samanya, sinint ended somewhere around hulet she sost matu asra hulet. Very early of them, but I think I've seen them all. Joy said. Just put in a comedy, he never deterred of him. Plush Hollywood doesn't exist anymore, just his metaverse stuff. He gave her a tablet, pick something, and I'll watch whatever you watch. She's all afraid the tablet, calling out Titlas, all in the family, Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. Alfred interrupted, when Inik once had told me brother and me about an of the first Wokatalian filmmakers and novelists during the beginning of Federa. Nanda Sturmichaks, were created for the Zealand and talking films. Hollywood films marginalized roles and prototyped stereotypes of blacks, so Michak started his own movie production company. His first silent film and the first Wokatalian film at that, in this country called Hums Theater, based on one of his novels. During the Jim Crow era, he released another silent film. Within our deities, made by a Wokatalian, for Wokatalians and is the Wokatalian cast. His movie, Body and Soul, introduced Dr. Paola Robinson, a concert artist, stage and film actor, professional football player, and activist. Jessamel, Locatio, sounding like Winnie Nikvo. Alfred blushed and was about to speak when he saw something in the table. Hey baby, let's with Fatum. Is to with fit Alfred in with me brother, and the commercials were pretty sloppy if we were behind back then, compared to now. Yep, no what this is me first sin. It has always been me and John. You picked up her communication device, you hated to disappoint you and your brother arrangements, you can go home and call him her. Alfred said, if you didn't put that thing down, you was just stating the fact, not a wish, silly Willie. Bring your ass sir, it's me and you against the world now. Bring fat ass to me. Joy said. Ok, yes sir. Alfred smell, me and you baby, just me and you. Just smell back and take your fit tablet. Now, you can what be something we both like. You always love comedy style. Alfred sat down next to Joy as she continued. We said to what shall's let Martin, baby, him back, and Nifkar. Alfred passed shall. Joy said, what are you doing? Alfred said, he was letting you finish talking. Joy smiled, and finished, let's watch the show. Alfred pressed play. As he laid his head in Joe's lap as the spotlight, watching the show being casted, on the wall. Alfred chatted rather for anything soft and amphetamine wall next to the screen as he watched classic 1000 movies. After watching a few shows, Alfred started rapping on with one of the 1000 songs. Joe looked at Alfred, saying you're staring, what is it? It does something stuck between me teeth again. I don't know why, you just didn't tell me stuff. Instead of staring at me, I feel like I said it. Joe smiled, Nasala Willis, he had you sing, and you're pretty good. He went you to sing a song with him. Alfie blushed, I don't sing, I don't know where you get that from. Joe looked at him, he just heard ya. Alfie smiled, oh. Baby, fast rapping. Joe smiled, it's singing to me. Well, you helped me sing my favorite song. Alfie smiled, sure. Joe jumped up smiling, and Alfie loved when Joe got excited about something. She played a classic song entitled, by Tama, that featured a rapper by the name of Fables. Singing, effect, you're truly something special, just, what my dreams are truly made of. Alfred was so impressed with her singing, and that she was singing too. Hem from the heart. Her came in rapping, lace games plain insane. That was me, when he was a womanizing little boy, back then, women were distressed and thought that love didn't make no sense. But God opened my eyes, and told me surprise, I found you. And transformed in Josie as Alfred opened up to her in the song. They finished at the church to different until the end of the song. They wiped each other's tears, and Alfred looked at Joy. It is getting late, so, I'm going to call it a night. Joy turned to him, you went to watch another episode of Martin, and then he will join you. So I did something in the screen, good night, baby. Alfred, when arrested by Joy, got completely nutty and walked up to Joy. So I'll take him, as she caresses his penis, I told you love a comedy. Alfred said. Ah, you got jokes. You didn't say that other night. Joy jokingly said, as she stood up. What night? I didn't feel anything. We haven't had sex within the last 2 weeks, you're telling me something you don't know about. Alfred's penis slowly recessed and receded with his penis between her legs, whispering, you're gonna have to hear me. Memory, mister. Alfred looked into her eyes and whispered, he got work to do then. As he began to kiss her on the lips, as she began rubbing his back, he grabbed her with both hands, squeezing her butt. As he slowly, softly forced her butt in and out, making his penis up against her clitoris. Up and down, in and out, as he felt her teeth spreading all over his penis. He gently grabs her by the back of the head, kisses her neck, and gently beats her ears. Laying her down, she spread her legs open, and Alfred slowly penetrated her vagina. She made a slight jerky motion as he slowly went in and out, up and down. The warmth of her vagina made Alfred's spins throb. Just as balled up like a fist as he speeded up just a little. He grabs her by the back and flips them both over. Joy was now on top, and Alfred looked down at his penis while entering her vagina and saw her was flowing heavier. He grabs her by the breast, squeezing and massaging them as they become hard as demons while kissing them. She moved in and out, up and down, in and out, slow rotating from clockwise to counterclockwise. They both rushed as her vagina made a popping sound. Sweat ripped off both of them. She started feeling an orgasm coming, and so did he. They raced in fair movement as he grabbed her in and flipped her over. Right then, her orgasm began, and he penetrated deeper and deeper, took his feet, and still in the tips of his toes, and let out a loud grunt. They were heavily covered in sweat, and their lower bodies were covered in their juices. He fell on top of her as they laid her for a while, trying to catch their breath. Alfred's chin slowly descended, popping out of her vagina. They both were breathing heavily before he slowly rolled over. Jack could hardly catch her breath. Tell him, when you put it in up, and Febot looked at Yekoffer and Leah. Alfred got upon his elbow, walked giant. Is, Elavia Sismod, why? He said, Yamak Mefati, Evi never felt that in certain way that in Swiss, must have me life, and Sabbath had been to bring me a with, Namja. Sismod and laid her head on his chest until Febot fell asleep. Meanwhile, back at Medinet Altenwar. When Inekru, Jem, and Kenji were training when Abi Jam approached, with heavy band of men bought 75 or so on ships, and in offer 70, 200 horses about 10 miles behind them approaching his front east. Whipping the sweat from his brow, when Inek bottled Jommy and Alb. Ye two, grab your men, and let's see what will ever end, by the way, crab rest. When Inek and his men exited Southgate, offer them Baspec separates it. It was sternly entranced into a rod of Marinet Altenwar. About halfway to the men and Jethets, when Inek said aloud, would it pass men they have a so we can finally get rid of him. Having all ships orders posted in different locations, when Inek and 15 of his men approached them in a demon set formation. The closer they got to him, the more they spread out into one straight horizontal line formation. When Inek was stopped about a mile from the men, pulling out away the flag, and spoke to his men by his earpiece, top it to spare as many as he can, but he dubbed it. If he found men will listened. If well. But, fair just might be on. When Inek bowed his head and prayed, Sabbath, if all his men are evil, let them feel your wrath. However, if any of his men are not evil, let it be your will that somehow, they are spared. Amen. Virgin who heard his spot said, Amen. When Inek walked up, his Jessets and horses were called us. As a matter of fact, gentlemen, we need to go get the Jessets you buffer boyd. When Inek saw a vision, sharp orders, yeah we'll take off the cowlot, but I'm just stalling, while waiting for Fuzz horseback to the closer. When Inek allowed you to flag till Hedy Grace, not knowing your faith cups, and said to Grace, make his molded tornado and make your way behind the men and horses, and call the lessons and walk your way towards us, quickly and quickly as possible. Then he told his men, stay within range and sought to call. Now standing about 3 to 4 yards from the men and jetsets, when Inek said, good day, me friends. The men held up their weapons, and he called here besotting, when Inek jet out of fear. When Inek spoke softly back into his mic, albeit, I've seen everything before it has happened, remember. Then when Inek started talking to the men. Never meant that, me men are worried about me. Now. Worried would. Oh yeah, please lower your weapon. It makes me man kind of nervous, plus. We're just here to talk, right? Jevon ordered to lower their weapons by fully of the men rapid their just 7 little when Inek was hate, and some men and very lowered their weapons as well. When Inek whispered into their pity to his men, all fans that didn't lower their weapons on me mark. It got 4 of them, kill me right, yeah only told it them first. Men who appeared to be a little locked at when Inek, you are ever an imbecile or crazy. Well is in Sherry heard for this land bounds to it in its distant Oedipus, and I am tall, the son and head commander of Oedipus. When Inek blocked at a man, it was him in charge, and him when Inek a servant of Sebath and Eben exists there. What called it? Tell us malad. Yes, you're an imbecile, first no way in hell, you're silly as scout have called exist. Now, tell your leader to show himself. When Inek held a finger up, at Cashapp. Then whispered into his earpiece. You need to call to fatten with the weightages plus on me mark. When Inek looked up at the men again, sorry about that, Mayman kept telling me you were wicked men, but he said no, all men are good, right? When Inek counted down in his mind, and fence out, now. A bullet went for Abtal's skull, culling him as he fell to the ground. The rest of the men who had their weapons rest also fell to their deaths. As a man in front of when Inek reached for his weapon, when Inek quickly took to one stairs and called to a man that were behind him before calling him. First the fireman standing there, now. When Inek looked at him and, sorry about that, Fuzzman were a little bit of redirect form. He spoke into his mic, yeah we'll see him rest here weapon, fascinated Toby. Call first, and we got the rest. grabbed Benjamin in front of him. A fourth man around, missing him as a shield while he took off his summary and started calling fast to his mendant. Covered in blood, Tim and Fit were in horseback were upon him. When Enoch held up his hands, yo! This is not what it seems, as he lowered his arms to slink the blood off his blood. Saying, Gracie behind him covered in blood, for she had discerned all the men and called first. When Enoch was no longer in a joking mode, it no one is sick, and it no he is him, but me question to you is do you want to be her, or do you cause another place, maybe even another day tourist? Look behind you and see if your men are all done. And you do not have any weapons. The men looked behind them and saw for only 20 of them left. Hold on. Said one of the men, but when Enoch injured him and threw surfeit instantly called him, no, you'll yielding and keep your peace, you walk it done. Speaking the words of the man, before they were spoken. By now, the rest of the men were surrounded and realized that they didn't have any weapons. When Enoch was said, sent his message to Yer. Later, what it pass. Yer first son called Wes out of self-defense, and the threat was well, and the old corpses is very well what and son well did rebounds fatty animals well pick up for their males. Unless you have more children for me to kill, or yourself went totally, come do it yourself, if you went media. But tall, shall be a feast for the wild animals. I have seen. Your drinks and money, and they are all destroyed alongside your partner in crime. Ebenidist, for it, till, is dear. It is now your turn, so that he may continue me work for Sabbath. But he will give you time to repentance and no more after him, and it will leave you alone. Come in, on more at him, is also like you and all that is with you according to Sabbath will. When Enoch pointed at another man. Is he what you went to do, but I tell you, if you went to live in another day, Fekneth, in your butt will remain sir. He continued, where it the best of the best, you will imagine after the Redemption you love have failed, you old cunt you lost and not done, but none like you, are for the didn't even to serve Sabbath. Ik know this, who will probably have you all killed for this, returning without me head, and his so-called, hive commander, is dead also. But made he won't. The men also for confessed, and just turned around, no. When Enoch said, this horses and weapons are no means. Ye will walk in Talwodipus and Aquand, that this is no longer fear land. No man's land is now Sabbath's land. 15 men stood for well-dressed walked away. On a few men approached, my name is Timok, and this is me brother Albors. We went to stay here with you. When Enoch shut them into see where their hearts were in locked at them, welcome. First looked hid this tower to pay so, and when Enoch planned his men gathered up to seats, horses, weapons, and with rations and fed men and fed back to camp. When Enoch looked at Abid John, as he entered the gates and went, there will be war between we pass, and shall surely for his civil. Abi said, that is for certain. When Enoch began on a fidget sets, how do you read this thing? Abi said, training into morning, after a training with Jamie and Kenji. When Enoch was up his head, the virgin is to revon, so training is for Virion. Well, in thinking about it, again, when it was all left behind fetch Jonathan, it cousin, all that, hidden the desert. When Enoch do pass for a while and smelt, you know what. Leave the deep striking and the sun, for a heavy an idea. Well, you better make that wool, Sabbath just made a way for us to get to a fib and the rest of them, back. Her, quicker. It took him, what 8.5 days to differ. How long will we get to them on office? Obed said, about 3.5 to 4 hours, or less. When Enoch was more than shook his head, Sabbath is able. Obed replied, indeed, yes. But what is tougher on for? When Enoch smelled. Still working in Fetide, either way, Oedipus will come at home. Later that night, after everyone had gone in for the night, when Enoch pulled down and stared at the stairs and what, you were black. You were black. Mind, body, and soul. What makes me and me people unique? Who possesses unnamed Nazaris, will not the rest, who possesses sex. Me people have never considered ourselves better than the rest. Yes, I fact it was you will confess that. However, they seem to read your backs about these facts. And what makes you, yell? A person, a human. No different from the rest. Only in just fact. But, on thing is for certain, we have a long ride home. And we have to do it on. My people, we have a long ride home. They took the body already, and is it, abuse it, molest it, and then abandon it. Fatal on works untamed. Start believing the truth, is ally. And ally, is the truth. Started doing things to prove you are worthy. But the things you do are, benefit. I'm talking to both, you and me. Saying, it's me fault, and maybe deserve it. That's your man talking, that feeling of being alone, and it looks to be forgone. But this all. That soul has the strength of 10,000 men alone. So come out of the way crown. It will be like opening the window of your body. Opening the window of your mind. And shame in trial. Destroying that hands ya. Yo ask duhi. We did it chasen. Told je Pharisee. Abyss, you said, molested, and tested. I'll say, because you were chosen, you were appointed, you were blessed, you were gifted, you were anointed, you were black. Alfred and his group left Las Cruces, New Mexico, and came to Laguna de Bastolas. They circled a bend in town to the northernmost region, fugitive for federal and went to safe destruction. Until they cleared that area, they established a base of operation. Expecting desert, they were a full surplus. It was green land with rich soil, perfect for farming. Alfred plus 3 cubits in Thalax wood ball by trips. 2 tents on top of the land. Well, the strategically placed fair and around camp citizen a location that would benefit from any attack into camp. Once everything was in place, they all searched for food. Some went fishing while others went hunting, and Bolin combined remains of 8 rations began media. Lardy feast. Setting for reading a map and eating his meal, Alfred said to the group, even if worry about 5 hours away, he didn't want any into Fakua or deliver. We will not make again until after 7 days, until we get into one need. If something happens or there is an emergency, please abandon your post and meet her. Pointing to the map of them. Abandon Bolin in Vista Hermosa as a continued. If you cannot make her, visit the communication devices, and we will do what we have to do, accordingly. Still in the map and task for a second. Now, according to Jim, highway 5 from Colony over into Cod which is heavy traffic, 24-hour transportation to and from Colony and Work, worth a change shift. Pointing it at Seoul, your speed passes desk trails, so you will only walk at night. In the morning, just sit tight as the rest of us do our thing. During the day, you will rest her, and hold the fort down. Observe and monitor with Vivian Falak. Myself, Joy, and Emerald will check out this colony and her. Afilsa, young, sir that colony Alvaro Brain walk your way to Pizzeria Sir. Zobin, you and Del started Kadmak and walk your way up to Pizzeria Sir. Taking another bait of his fall, ons. You all reach Pizzeria Sir, head back to camp. Zobin, you and Del should leave it about Sustam, in a time to reach the town by morning. And Afisa, you and Ian leave around Amstam. They finish at the same fair plans and Quaco lay down for the night. The next morning, while heading to Colony and Huck, Aladib was in a good mood, and had an idea, and said with his mouth, "Oh, look, you'll gonna be me house, and I'll be your pimp." Joy, surprisingly, said, "I don't know how to act like no prostitute." Amardad said, "It's easy. You have to switch, really hard." Joy, with a puzzled look, switch. Amardad smiled, "Yuck, now move your hips." Alfred looked at Amardad, "Go ahead and show her." Amardad walked ahead of them a few feet, switched her hips, turned around, and headed back toward them, like this. Joy said, "Oh, I can do that." She walked up, barely moving her hips, and said, "Like this." Alfred burst out laughing, "How tough now? You're not making a penny look fat, and I see you got that. This is the thing we're talking about the other day." Joy, with a strained look, "What this is?" Alvib said, "No settle. Alta Bendamota started laughing even harder. Jay got mad, and all had grabbed at her. "I'm just playing around. Baby, you little is seen it, enough to pretend it." Amharic was blushing, while joy slowly put a smile on her face. "Fen old lib," jokingly said. "Ha ha ha, y'all bet this better have me money," and started running away from Jack, as such as soon. Zubin and Dal reached Makaran Sinant, Salasan and Sawan bus related to the back of a Bolin. Della turned to Zubin. "Are you faking what I'm faking?" Zubin said, "No, what are you faking?" Dali said, "We take his bus, and run his route while Williston in unpopulous conversations." Zubin said, "What about him?" "He may follow someone." Dahlia replied, "We'll lock him up, tee him up, whatever. We'll figure that out later." They rushed to the back of the building, where he was urinating, and Zubin pinned him against the wall as urine sprayed all over his shoes. The man said, "Hey." Zubin and Dahlia interrupted the man for 5 minutes. Zubin told the old man, "Sorry, but he can't take any chances." Knocking the old man out, he treated his hands and feet with worse and rags he found scattered around the area. Dali subsifted into the bus driver and Zubin shrank himself down and jumped into one of her pockets. Loading all their weapons into bags, they loaded the bus. People were upset and fussing over being late. Dali started the bus and did as the bus driver instructed her, picking up and dropping off people as they headed. At the same time, Zubin walked amongst the people, as Zimala Sakal, learning what Sakal. Arabin at Colonial Varo Brain around Sabak, Arba Mustam, Fisadium, already covered in distance and added just a bit more to their homeless and handicapped. The Fasamak son of his feed McClarter and father, and the inputs and some brought shed she found earlier to appear blonde. Walking up to busy intersections and asking for money, while in red people's mints. Fisa would not seeing gave him to him. At Arab Salasapam, all four warriors met secretly at Pezuriala Serenadated Rod of Campos Ramst, discussing their findings and realizing that Sepsarava was night. They determined that it was time to return to camp. So and her in the half to camp, they all were weary, hungry, and injured. When they heard space cruisers coming in their direction, they all headed through space cruisers carrying 20 people past them and landed just ahead of them. Zubin walked, and it was the old bus driver had knocked out. He looked carefully and saw 4 women, a man, 3 children, and an old lady holding the foot of the bus driver. They waited up while firemen started debating and interviewing them. 3 men jumped off the space cruisers as the driver could have been in swell enough them approached the woman. "I'm going to start with you, Granny." Holding his crutch as they continued, "Ikno the old man hasn't said video. Maybe you'll get in last or guessing, before you do, afterward, they walk me way down to fit baby with her. Then me man will follow as your husband and his children watch, and then will call you and leave you her door. Zubin and the facade and facility and us. From fair hitting. Let's see how you are supposed to do that when you are there." The old man raised his head. "That's him, that's the guy that helped me bus." And Zubin said to the old man, "Sorry, my friend, but you needed to do that. But I promise you one thing, you will not do today." The rest of the warriors walked out with their weapons around and ready to fight. The firemen stopped beating the men, and the brothers turned toward the Facente warriors, as the leader said, "What the fuck are you? And what business is it of yours? On what you do?" Zubin said, "If only had time, they will teach you how to respect women and children, but that'll be a quick lesson before you do. It will love for you if they'll be done by a woman." Yan Jin facilitated and said, "Me. Please sir." Yin rushed toward the man, and as the man leaned out to punch her, she quickly cut off his arm as she made a backlip. She quickly decapitated the man. Before the rest of them could react, the rest of the warriors threw stairs, calling them instantly as Zubin in the facade of the men and put them into space cruisers while Yin and Dali and 8 women and children and they all headed toward the campsite.